the John Deere 4440. Farmers called it the Iron Horse of the 80s, and it earned that reputation one long day at a time. Built between 1978 and 1982, this tractor became the cornerstone of Deere's 40 Series lineup, and many still believe it was the single most successful tractor Deere ever built in 1900s. At its heart was the legendary 466 cubic inch turbocharged diesel. It delivered around 130 PTO horsepower, more than enough for heavy plowing, tillage, and hauling grain wagons. But it wasn't just the raw numbers that set the 4440 apart. It was the way it delivered them. Smooth, steady torque that farmers trusted to pull through wet ground, clay soil, or steep grades without hesitation. The kind of torque where you hooked it to a big implement and knew you weren't going to stall halfway across the field. What made the 4440 stand out was reliability. Farmers routinely logged 10,000 hours or more without a major overhaul. Some even doubled that with routine care. One farmer joked that the tractor would fall apart around the engine before the power plant itself ever quit. And because it was part of Deere's larger 40 Series, parts were plentiful, making repairs simpler and downtime shorter. But the 4440 didn't just win on strength. It introduced comfort farmers had never known before. The SoundGuard cab was quieter, cleaner, and more comfortable than anything else in its class. Long harvest days weren't as exhausting when you had better visibility, reduced vibration, and a cab that kept out dust. It sounds small, but for farmers putting in 12 to 14 hours a day, it was revolutionary. Today, the 4440 is still one of the most desirable tractors on the used market. Auctions light up when one rolls across the block. Collectors prize them, and many are still in daily service on farms across North America. Why? Because when you climb into a 4440, you're not just buying nostalgia. You're buying a tractor that still works as hard as it did 40 years ago. The 4440 wasn't just built for the 1980s. It was built to last forever. The Case IH 5488. Built from 1981 to 1985, it was the final chapter of International Harvester's legendary 50 Series. And for many farmers, it became a symbol of IH's last great stand before the company changed forever. Under the hood was the DTI 466B turbocharged diesel, tuned to deliver 187 PTO horsepower. It had the torque to handle heavy tillage, grain carts, and planting equipment with ease. Farmers quickly realized this wasn't a tractor that backed down from a challenge. When you hooked it to a big implement, the 5488 dug in and pulled hard. Steady, reliable power season after season. But power was only half the story. What made the 5488 stand out was its durability and simplicity. The DT466 was already legendary for its million-mile reputation in trucks, and in this tractor, it proved just as tough. Farmers could push through thousands of hours with little more than oil changes, filters, and fuel. And when repairs were needed, it wasn't overly complicated. A skilled mechanic, or even a determined farmer with the right tools, could keep it running without breaking the bank. The 5488 also came with IH's innovative Synchro Tri-6 power-shift transmission, which was smoother and more advanced than many rivals at the time. It gave operators more control in the field and on the road, a big step forward compared to older gear drive systems. And paired with IH's reputation for rugged build quality, it made the 5488 a tractor farmers trusted to handle heavy workloads across large acreages. Sadly, history had its own plans. The 5488 arrived just as International Harvester was struggling financially. By 1985, IH's agriculture IH badge. For many farmers, that makes it more than just a machine. It's a piece of history, the final roar of a brand that had shaped American farming for over a century. Today, the 5488 is still respected on the used market. Collectors prize it as a last of its kind, and working farms continue to use it because decades later, it still delivers dependable horsepower. For those who ran it back in the 80s, the 5488 wasn't just another tractor. It was proof that IH went out swinging, building a machine tough enough to earn its place among the greats. The 5488 wasn't just a tractor. It was IH's final legacy of strength. The Ford TW35, introduced in 1983, this tractor marked Ford's determination to compete head-to-head with Deere, IH, and Case in the high-horsepower market. For many farmers, it became the crown jewel of the TW series. The tractor that finally proved Ford wasn't just a player in the small to medium class, but a contender in the big leagues. At its heart was a 6.6-liter turbocharged and intercooled six-cylinder diesel, tuned to produce around 170 PTO horsepower. That kind of muscle gave farmers the pulling strength they needed for serious tillage, planting, and heavy hay operations. When hooked to a big cultivator or chisel plow, the TW35 dug in with confidence, delivering steady torque and surprising efficiency for its size. Farmers appreciated that it didn't just roar for attention. It delivered real, usable power that translated into more acres covered per day. Durability was another hallmark. Ford built the TW35 with a rugged rear end and improved driveline components, solving problems that earlier models in the TW line had struggled with. The result was a tractor that could handle thousands of hours of hard work without developing the chronic issues that sometimes plagued competitors. Many owners recall that if you kept up with the basics, oil, filters, and proper fuel, the TW35 would stay in the field season after season, long after newer models came along. Operator comfort also got a boost. The TW35 came with Ford's updated cab design, which featured better visibility, improved controls, and a quieter ride compared to earlier tractors. For farmers putting in long hours, especially during planting and harvest, those upgrades mattered. It made the tractor feel modern, practical, and capable of keeping up with the demands of larger farms in the 1980s. What also set the TW35 apart was its balance. It wasn't the absolute biggest tractor of the decade, but it was affordable, reliable, and versatile, making it a favorite for both medium and large operations. It became a true workhorse across North America, with many units still running today on family farms and showing up proudly at tractor pulls and auctions. For Ford, the TW35 wasn't just another model, it was a statement. A bold move into the high horsepower arena that paid off with a tractor farmers could depend on. And decades later, it still stands tall as one of the best used tractors of the 1980s. The kind of machine you could trust to get the job done when it mattered most. The TW35, Ford's heavy hitter that earned its stripes in the fields. The Allis-Chalmers 8070 rolled out in the early 1980s as part of the 8000 series, and for many farmers, it represented the company's boldest step into the high-horsepower market. This was Allis saying, "We can stand shoulder to shoulder with the biggest names in the industry." Under the hood was a 7-liter turbocharged six-cylinder diesel, rated for nearly 171 PTO horsepower. That made the 8070 the most powerful tractor Allis had ever built for row crop farming. With its torque curve, it could handle massive tillage tools, heavy grain carts, and planting rigs that demanded serious muscle. Farmers who climbed into the cab for the first time often said it felt like a different era for Alice Chalmers, a machine designed not just for survival, but for dominance. One of the standout features of the 8070 was the power director transmission. It offered smooth, reliable shifts and gave operators more control over their speed and power in the field. Combined with its turbocharged engine, this made the 8070 both powerful and responsive, exactly what farmers wanted during long planting or harvest days when conditions changed hour by hour. Comfort was another selling point. The 8070 came with Alice Chalmers' modernized cab design, offering quieter operation, improved climate control, and better visibility compared to older Alice models. For farmers used to noisy, cramped cabs, the 8070 felt like a leap forward. Long hours became more manageable, and that meant more acres covered when time mattered most. But the real magic of the 8070 was how it blended raw power with durability. Owners discovered it wasn't just about horsepower on paper. It was about steady, reliable performance year after year. With proper care, these tractors racked up thousands of hours, proving Alice could deliver a workhorse that stood the test of time. Even today, farmers talk about the 8070 as one of the strongest and most dependable tractors Alice ever produced. Sadly, the 8070 also arrived during Alice Chalmers' financial struggles. The company would eventually sell its agricultural division to Deutz in 1985, making the 8070 one of the last great tractors to wear the Alice name. That adds a layer of legacy. It wasn't just a powerful machine. It was a closing chapter in the story of an iconic American brand. The 8070, Alice Chalmers' bold powerhouse, built to prove they still belonged. The Massey Ferguson 399 might not have been the biggest tractor of the 1980s, but ask farmers who ran one, and you'll hear a common theme: reliability, simplicity, and fuel economy. Introduced in 1986 as part of the MF 300 series, the 399 quickly became a favorite for medium-sized farms and anyone who wanted dependable horsepower without the high costs of bigger machines. At its heart was the Perkins, a 6.354 diesel engine, producing around 95 PTO horsepower. The 399 could handle plowing, baling, planting, and hauling with ease. Its efficiency stood out too. Farmers often noted how far they could stretch a gallon of diesel compared to other tractors of similar size. The Perkins engine wasn't just efficient, it was tough. These engines became legendary for their ability to rack up thousands of hours with nothing more than routine maintenance. Farmers loved how simple they were to work on. If something went wrong, you didn't need a specialized mechanic or fancy tools. The 399 also earned praise for its straightforward design and durability. It had a strong rear end, reliable hydraulics, and a transmission that could take abuse without flinching. And unlike some overcomplicated models of the decade, the 399 didn't try to reinvent the wheel. It focused on being practical, affordable, and easy to run, qualities that resonated with farmers trying to stretch their dollars in tough times. The 399 felt like a modern machine without being overly complex, a balance that made it stand out in the marketplace. Even today, the Massey Ferguson 399 has a loyal following. On the used market, they're still highly sought after, often commanding strong prices because of their reputation for reliability. Collectors appreciate them, but many are still hard at work on small and mid-sized farms, proof that when Massey built the 399, they built it to last. The 399, not the biggest, not the flashiest, but one of the most dependable tractors of its time. From the muscle of the John Deere 4440 to the cutting-edge Case IH 5488, from the raw pulling power of the Ford TW35 to the ambitious Alice Chalmers 8070 and the dependable Massey Ferguson 399. The 1980s gave farmers some of the most memorable tractors ever built. Each one represented a different vision of what farming needed in that era: power, efficiency, durability, or innovation. What unites them all, decades later, is their staying power. These tractors weren't built as status symbols. They were built to work, and that's why so many are still in the fields today, proving that when you build machines with purpose, they earn respect that lasts a lifetime. The 1980s weren't easy years for farming. High interest rates, rising fuel costs, and tight margins tested every farmer. But tractors like these made survival possible, and in some cases, they gave farmers the confidence to push through and keep going. That's why we still talk about them today, not just as machines, but as partners in the toughest fight of all, keeping the farm alive. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Which tractor from the 1980s do you think was the best buy for farmers? Was it one of these legends, or another machine we didn't cover? Drop your stories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this trip back to the 1980s, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow tractor fans, and subscribe for more journeys into the machines that shaped farming. Because true muscle doesn't fade, it just keeps working.